Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Apang, are you there? Dr. Ani, are you with us? Okay, great. We also have Mayor Kageswari, Mayor Turbat. Great.
Yeah, I'm joining you.
Namaste. Assalamualaikum. Okay, great. So you already know this scenario, and we had last time in the module 1 the same scenario, but the questions are different. The issue we are addressing are different because we are talking more about this crisis, how you respond, how you reduce risk, and you already heard 6 presentations since this morning. So we have also this Miro. This is part of the Miro exercise. So Mayor Ghana, welcome. So you are now in our
offices. They will be mobilized. Who are the non-state?
Yes. Okay. So let's see. This scenario is about flood and climate. You already heard previously in module 1. Maybe you remember by heart the scenario because we introduced this earlier. So the question we gave you, maybe my colleague Liz can show this Miro board. But are you aware of this scenario? You are with us last module? Yeah. So we are in a scenario related to
Last time I was in the waste management scenario.
yeah, you are in the waste management. Okay. Do you
And I
want
was in waste management too.
Okay. Do you want me to read the scenario itself?
That's good. Yeah,
Yes, if you could, so it will be great.
Okay. The scenario threat of worsening flood. Maybe I don't know if your cities experience floods, but we see floods everywhere, especially during rainy season. And now with climate change, flood also happen frequently. And this is of course related to solid waste as well, because some rivers get stuck with garbage. Yeah? So this needs for climate resilient measures. The issue we are discussing is about climate resilient measures, extreme threat for low income neighborhoods and informal settlement, because normally the informal settlement, these are the ones that got affected most with inadequate infrastructure. Threats for human safety and economic stability, a lack of comprehensive disaster prevention and response strategies, increases threats posed by climate change, including risk of displacement, disease outbreaks, and infrastructure damage. So need for urban planning intervention to mitigate the risk of flooding and enhance the resilience and adaptive capacity of your city. So the questions we have here, actually, you are the mayors, and you know what actions need to be done when you face this kind of crisis related to floods. And of course, this is also affected by climates. So which actors will you mobilize? And whether this includes state actors or non-state actors. Maybe it's not just listing down the name of the actors, but you can also share experience what you have in engaging those actors, whether state actors or whether non-state actors. So you also, some consideration that we need to include is that what available resources would you deploy to address this crisis? Maybe you have in Malaysia, maybe Mayor Ani, you can also share with us, because in Malaysia you have contingency fund that you use when a crisis happens. And how will you address the immediate needs of your community? And how will you plan for the long-term recovery? So these are some of the questions that we will put your answers in the certain box here. And of course, this session is about sharing, and maybe you can also, include some of the thoughts that you have in other areas. So this is an imaginary scenario. So everyone is welcome not only on the actual things, but you can also share if you heard from other cities or other local governments or any part of the world that you heard. Like for example, in Curitiba, they have a design parks that during the rainy season is used for water. What you call it, water storage, yeah, or to absorb water. So they have a double function. In Malaysia, you also have similar kind of approaches. So now I open this discussion and invite every mayor to contribute and give some responses on those answers. Who wants to start first? Okay,
Shall I?
Mayor Kageswara, yeah.
Yeah, of course, the flood can be happen everywhere, and every cities may face the problem at any time. So we have also been preparing to cope such kind of problems if it happens in our city, especially to handle the situations that comes in the crisis with the such kind of disaster issues. We have our own team that we have formed a small committee in every ward, that is the rapid response team. Whenever the disease outbreak like that in the pandemic, and again, if a flood or the earthquake or something happens, this rapid response team activate in every ward, in every community. And we have some fund, we have already allocated some fund to the community level to act, to just invest through this committee. And in our municipal level also, we have fund for the rapid response team and some disaster management, to invest on such issues. So I think we have been giving the training and other capacity building programs to these groups, and every of our, the bureau, especially the different stakeholders and the different units of our municipality, either it is health unit, either it is education unit, or maybe other, the environment unit, whatever it is, then the ward committees are already given some such kind of capacity building programs so that they can cope in the crisis. So I think that this has been helping us a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I just want to verify one thing. I think this is a good sharing, and you gave a good example. This rapid response team is comprising of the team official of your local government, or you also include other stakeholders in this rapid response team?
The both, because the government units, the municipal units headed this community, but the other stakeholders are also included in this committee.
So it's a joint effort of rapid response team.
Rapid response.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
Mayor.
thank
You also highlighted the funds that available in your city for addressing this crisis. Okay, great. So who want to continue? Yes, Mayor Turbat. Yes, please.
Thank
Then
you
we
very
go
much.
to Mayor Ani. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
First of all, I will say that flood is a common scenario in all the world due to climate change, and most, hitting Pakistan is also one of the country who is affected most by the climate change, and due to the floods, it has been devastated for some years right now. And I will say that first of all, I will mobilize the line departments, which are local bureaucracy, PDMA, Pakistan Disasters Management, so such kind of departments. So I want to state actors which I would like to mobilize it first of all. Then I will engage or mobilize NGOs like Red Crescent or other NGOs who are working voluntarily in Pakistan or in Balochistan, so they can help us in this crisis. And all this because in our municipality we doesn't have such resources to mobilize our local municipal task force or rapid response team. because we didn't have such capacity due to lack of resources and lack of empowerment in our act and other problems that we are facing in Balochistan or in Pakistan. Local government is not as such empowered as it is in maybe in Philippines and Malaysia or in other country.
Ni masa yang
And
saya buat dengan
after
apa,
this,
blog
we will
Nizam pasal climate, kita
resources
hantar
that
untuk
you
networking,
said.
kira
We will
point-point.
try to make fundraising for the such kind of event or such to tackle those kind of events, and we will also want we will also take our make a cut from our development side to keep such kind of amount for such such kind of scenario. You know, we want to prepare ourselves to resourcefully for we didn't have such kind of budget, but we will try to cut our development budget and keep some of amount for such kind of scenario. So this is it for from my side, but this is just we can do such matlab, it means if every municipality, every country have their own problems and they are facing their own way of hurdles, but in Turbat our main hurdle is that we didn't have empowerment to mobilize our own task force or on we didn't have own resources. Here line departments are by they are not subordinate of us, they are not under in municipalities, so they have their own hierarchy. Therefore we have facing such problems, and in long term and long-term planning, I am just started to plan for to climate change, that we will need to make a environmental friendly plantation that could they could make contribute in climate change, and that's some of one of mayor has already mentioned in his briefing or in his while he was talking, that can help us to bring our city temperature 1 or 2 centigrade lower. So I will make a long-term plan that while engaging World Health, UN agencies to contribute in our city, while this making our city green or making it plantation or such kind of activities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I think this is quite interesting, and the response you have here. You mentioned also some challenges, including this lack of
Yes.
authority.
Yes, lack of.
And also, of course, need for empowerment. But do you also, if the crisis happen, do you also have a power to communicate with your federal governments or central governments? Or
Yes,
so
yes, we can coordinate with our provincial government, but there our main problem is there's Pakistan is kind of 3-tier government, but first tier, which is federal, and second is federating units. The third tier should be local government, but still province is not devolving its power to the local government. We are just in our initial stage. Every time the local government complete its term, first term, then they paused it, they delayed the election for the next time, they make it a 4-5 year gap for the next election. And you know that because you have already worked in Pakistan for this, you are contributed in it, you was part of the all those activities. So it is a lack of intention or sharing power, because they do not want to share their power with lower government or local government.
But the challenges also I see in other countries too, yeah. But of course, we have a different definition of local government, because like in Indonesia and other places, provincial governments is also considered as local governments too. as is sub-national governments. But thank you, Mayor Tubat.
Yes.
Let me go to Mayor
Thank
Amto,
you so much.
Dr. Ani, yeah.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Selamat,
wabarakatuh.
ya.
A very good afternoon. Doctor, maybe I would like to share. So depends on the questions. Which actors will you mobilize? Maybe at the state actors, we will mobilize all the technical and also government departments such as Malaysian Public Works Department, and also Department of Irrigation and Drainage, because it's involved with the rivers and everything. Fire and Rescue Department for saving the the lives of the people involved with the floods, and also this Health Department, and also other agencies such as also Education Department. So what is the first questions? I cannot see the first question.
Do you also engage non-state actors?
Non-state actors like NGOs, yeah, and also like religious NGOs. We have like Lembaga Zakat, which they have funding to assist all these people. The I don't know what is the word in bahasa in English. I mean the asnaf, the people that we can give because they come into that poverty group because of the disaster. And also non-state actors such as yeah, apa lagi? And
Maybe community leaders. You
yes,
also engage
community leaders. We have like
yeah.
JKKK, the community
JKK.
leaders, resident associations.
Yes.
Okay, so what available resources we will deploy to address the crisis? We use all the mobilize all the assets, whether at the state actors and also at the municipal level assets. The community hall, just to relocate the victim. And also how we address immediate needs of your community. We will analyze and identify the needs of the affected people, like the old people or the children or the residents, whatever. And then what else? What we do for the how will you plan the long-term recovery? We will think of the build back activities. We check the needs of the destruction that has been occurred. We will try to get collaboration from national funding or at the national level and also at the state level, and also maybe we can use our own funding, try to respond to the immediate to the immediate needs of the people. Okay, what else? Maybe we can also collaborate with the private sectors. Maybe also they can assist us with the immediate foods and also all the needs of the people, like maybe drinks, food, and also the needs, whatever the necessities of the people that affected in the flood.
Thank you, Mayor Annie. That's also great answers. Thank you so much. I think the issues we discussed are quite comprehensive. Yeah, you have several similar answers as well. And perhaps this is a question from me. Whether you all have mapping, you have done mapping on the risk assessment in your cities. And normally when you have mapping, then you know where local areas that are affected most in certain kind of disasters, certain type of disasters. Then you also have data that already have identification of the needs of those community in case those flood happen, because normally flood happens regularly.
Yeah.
So do you also have, maybe this could also be useful when you address the immediate needs of your community. So because you experienced this before, and then you already have enough data that
Yeah.
identify the needs, and also, of course, importantly, how you can, I'm not talking just response immediately when the crisis happen, but also you have a plan for risk reduction itself. Like, you know, how you can have a less victims or less affected areas, and like what Jakarta has done, for example,
yeah,
just a few months before the rainy season, they make all the rivers clean, and they
Yeah.
dredging, they do a dredging so that
Yeah.
this remove sedimentations from
Yeah.
the bottom of the river. So then we manage to have a less floods, and also increase water catchment areas.
Yeah.
So maybe you might add something, yeah, Mayor Turbat. I saw your hands raised here.
Yes, I just want to share that you add something, and I want to tell you that we have mapped our area, which by risk for risk assessment, risk management, or whatever you say. There are some UCs, union councils, that had been hitting more than 2-3 times before. So we did, as you mentioned before, we just started to cleaning our river right 1 week before 1 week ago. We started cleaning our rivers, so that if rain comes, then the water flow through and go to the dam. That flood didn't happen. One and other, that we already relocated our population that has been hit by flood most of the time. So those area which is hit some uses, those are more vulnerable, which can be hit by flood every time, every 3 years ago, 3 years later, 4 years later, maybe that. So we relocated our some of population uh, from that area, to shifted them to the new safe area. So which were the land of municipality, and we allotted them the new land, and uh, so they are living there with now with a safe environment, and we are providing them with all equipments which are required for the necessities which are required for the livings.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, Mayor Ani, I saw your hands.
Sorry, because the flood disaster management in Malaysia actually involve 4 phases. The first one is actually for prevention and also mitigation. Also, we have also preparedness, where we have our own disaster committee that will be meeting quarterly, just to to check on the condition of the river and everything. And also we also have a response team, like we have fire and rescue department that will involve with us, and also all the police department, and also at the municipal level also we have our own enforcement officer. We call it a fast squad that will ready 24 hours to serve whenever it is a flood or anything. And also recovery, the last phase is actually the recovery phase, where when we sit down, we meeting and how we are going to build back the area or anything. Yeah, the area that involved with the flash flood. And also we also, when in the recovery phase, also we involve agencies, and also department and agency that involve, like district office, because they know the area that has been involved with the floods. And also we engage with the community, because they are actually the local community that are actually very close to the people at that certain area. And also we do the mapping, because in our country we also give sort of donation, and also we provide certain allocation just to make sure they will survive after the aftermath. Yeah, maybe if I can, actually there are so many things to share, but
Okay.
during the short time, I cannot structure my
How about
my thoughts.
what you gave is excellent, Mayor.
Yeah.
I think it's quite clear here,
Thank
and
you, thank
everyone
you.
agreed with me. And you also share disaster management thesis. Indeed, our job is not just to respond,
Yeah,
but also
yeah.
to prepare, prevent, and also
Recovery.
recovery as well. I think this is very important to remember that a lot of risk can certainly be minimized if we know the risk and we manage to identify those risks. And then, of course, we come up with strategy, and then this can be also long-term recovery as well, because we never know when the disaster actually occur, but at least we know how to minimize those risks in case disasters occur. Okay, great. Anyone else? Any other mayors would add? Anyone else would like to contribute here? Like for available resources. Yeah, Mayor Kageswari, yes, please. You have the floor. Please unmute yourself, Mayor.
Yeah, okay, Bernardia, just I would like to add nothing more, but we also have three tiers of government here in Nepal, as you know, that the federal and provincial and the local government. In our context, the local government has given high authority, resources, and responsibilities also to work on such kind of issues. The primary responsibility to cope on the disaster issues is of the local government. And of course, there are upper level tiers of government who can respond and plan in a bigger step. While the crisis happens in a larger scale, they come forward to support the local government and the local communities. And as we have our own responsibility, the municipal government has our own responsibility that we get prepared for any kind of possible crisis that can be happen in the municipal areas. And I already told you that we have our one system of this rapid response team and others. But besides that, we have our, the municipal police who have been trained to cope such kind of issues, and they immediately respond in any kind of crisis over here in the municipality side. And likewise, that we have been training the community groups in different levels so that if anything happens in their community, either it may be a firing or whatever it is, the earthquake or other things, they immediately can respond in their own areas. So the preparedness, I think you have already told, is very needed to handle such kind of crisis rather than the responsive program. So we all focus on such kind of issues, and the research programs have also been done from different aspects. The possible, the flood hazards that will come into the municipal side, and likewise these landslides and other things, so that we can get better preparedness. So these are the things, and I've told you that the central government, as we are very near to the capital city, the Kathmandu, so the access of the central government forces like police, army, and others also come forward very proactively while such kind of things happens in our area. So I think the coordination and the cooperation among the different line agencies are also important, and that can be happen easily here in the capital city. That we are just realizing like that. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mayor. I see again the hands of Mayor Turbat and of course Mayor Ani. If you like to add,
Bernardia,
welcome.
I
Yeah.
just want to ask a question to Mr. Kageshwari, that in your city, uh, you mentioned that here in Nepal they have you have already have the same, 3 tier of government. But I have a question that you mentioned about the rapid response response team, or the management, the disaster management team. Do you have do federal government or upper tiers government provide you a special fund for this kind of activities, or do you have your own budget for this such kind of activities?
And thank you, Mayor Torbat. Shall I respond, Nadia?
Yeah.
Yes, please, please.
Yeah. It's quite interesting that. Yeah, I've already told you that in Nepal has a very strong municipal government, they have been provided with the authorities, responsibilities, and the resources also. So for such kind of management, the rapid response team and the fund, we have our own decisions of the municipal government, and such fund has been arranged from our own side, not from the central government. They support in the largest scale, like that. In the bigger crisis, if comes, they come with their support. But in general state, we have our own fund, and we plan yearly on our basis.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you,
Yeah,
David.
thank you. Any mayors would like to answer or elaborate more on the issues that we are discussing? Mayor Fias, are you with us still? I couldn't see his online. Yeah.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Namaste.
Namaste. No, I am hearing the exercise of Pakistan, Indonesia, and our Nepal in Kageshwari.
And Malaysia.
Yeah. I'm going to Malaysia. Same problems in every local governments. The policy problems, funding problems. These are the common problems. I am feeling the same problems we are facing in contemporary times.
Do you also experience flood in your city in Pias, Mayor?
Yeah. But many exercise explain Mr. Mayor Kageshwari. But here is the problem: the central government's funding also was the home destroyed from the flooding. Only in Nepali 4 lakhs available from them. Nearly 3 lakhs from central governments, and some province governments, and some local governments. This is the funding schemes. They do the rules to funding the who affected the floodings. So these are the exercise of here. But the city is the urbanization problems. Every person goes they build home near the river sides, and they building codes. They not follow the building codes. There are so many problems we are facing, but we are responding the people who are affected by the disaster.
Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thank you, Varnandia.
Thank you.
See you again. Namaste.
Anyone else would like to add here? I think
Okay.
about financing, I only see a few aspects here, like dependency on our own budget, and also contribution from central government and fund for community and at the municipal level as well. And also zakat. This is quite interesting because for Muslim country, this is an important fund that is quite huge in some areas. So thank you very much. Anything else related to available resources, whether you manage also to work much closer with private companies, and how those private companies help you not only in response in responding to disaster or crisis, but also in several activities like there are a lot of ways of doing these risk reductions, yeah, plantation, increase of water catchment areas, also having a very strong building codes, enforcement on implementation of building codes. And this is also very important because we also experience like buildings that have a very strong infrastructure and also follow all these building codes during the disaster with certain magnitude, they manage to still stand. So these kind of things we see sometimes in the areas in which legal enforcement is not that strong. Yeah. So how any other aspects that you consider important here in addition to how you plan for the long-term recovery? Indeed, of course, in some areas you have a lack of authority, but also you have rotation period. You also in Malaysia, sometimes you don't know when you will end your term as a mayor because there is no direct election at this moment. So how you plan for the long-term recovery here? How to make sure that the next mayors will really continue the good things that you do, or at least coming up with continuation as well as consistencies of the works that you plan and also you do. Any other mayors would like to react on that? We still have time, and let's continue until maybe 7 to 8 minutes. And I also need one volunteer to present what we have discussed today. Any voluntary mayor? I saw 2 of hands raised here. It's by accident or you like to voluntarily present the result, Mayor? I'm welcome. Any mayor who would like to present this in the next session? Well, we can continue until another 7 or 8 minutes. Who would like to present the result of what we have discussed? Mayors? Anyone voluntarily? I saw now all hands drop. Okay, so Mayor, okay, Mayor Kageswari, you will present. Okay, great. So we still have time, around 7 or 8 minutes. Do you want to continue discussing this? Because there are a lot we can do in terms of risk management and risk reduction particularly. So it's not just we react when things happen. Yeah, this is more on the responsive part. There is preparedness, there is prevention, there is also very good management on whole disasters. So yes, Mayor Turbat.
Yeah, I just want to add something that you mentioned about the risk management. So we need to understand about the demography or the topography which area we are living. So we can
1 million.
we can manage it accordingly. We need to if there's a risk of flooding, so due to the climate change, so we need to fix that accordingly with such kind of the most effective would be the plantation that they can we can normalize our rain as we can, normalize our climate as we can through the plantation or to environmental friendly activities. So we need to be as much as close to the environment with clean energy, and with our limited resources we can help, we can find help through UN agencies or private sectors, or with international donors or any other cities maybe. So we can find help through other by all the resources, by all the sources, and we can do our best to prevent such kind of incident by make the less chances to the flooding. which will be happen only when the rain or the climate will be normalized. It could if you couldn't do anything if climate change hit you and unnatural rainfall happened and unusual flood will come from its more than its volume it's when it's happened in past. So you cannot be prepared for what you expected or what you are prepared for.
Okay. So we need also to anticipate, yeah, what could be the future crisis that we might experience, but we also don't know what, but at least we in some countries they have 50 years planning. They also have more than 100 years planning. Yeah, it's really amazing. But anyway, thank you so much. We still have time, actually. I don't know if our partners would like also to react here, also contribute and have some thoughts. Yes,
Bernardi,
yes,
I
go
just
ahead.
make
Yes.
one suggestion for
Yes.
all of our friends that all the mayors that if we can create a WhatsApp group that from where we can collaborate with each other so we can engage with each other our
Yes.
activities or any
Okay.
problem that we face, it will be very good that
Yes,
we can
yes.
connect with each other other than these sessions.
Yes. You know, in the first batch of the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy, actually, I created also this WhatsApp for all the mayors to manage to interact. But the third batch and I mean the second batch we didn't do, but we can do it for this batch. And of course, the
Yeah.
entire batch will also be needed. So please give us your mobile number, WhatsApp number here, and then we can create this WhatsApp group for you. And of
I
course,
think you have mine. I think
okay,
you
of
have
course,
mine.
I have yours, yeah. But Liz is here, and we can collect also from ESCAP of those WhatsApp, and everyone feel free also to be included in the WhatsApp, yeah. Okay, yes, we have here UN Habitat, please.
Hi, Dr. Bernardi and Honorable Mayors. Thank you so much. Since there's a bit of time, I thought maybe I could contribute a little bit further as well. Been listening on intently to your discussions. I definitely agree with the points shared about law enforcement, recognizing that floods and disaster situations can, of course, lead to looting and other crime and offenses during these times of instability as well, and recognizing how we address that. I think, Mayor of Tobat, you've already highlighted the concerns around climate change. And I think one area perhaps that you are elaborating upon, or could be an interesting stakeholder group to connect with, is the science community, particularly those that are engaged with the monitoring and the forecasting of flood and other climate-related hazards as well. So how do we engage with this particular community? How do we leverage their expertise and ensure that we build back better, as I think Honorable Mayor from Ampang, you were also sharing a little bit earlier on as well. And the other one, perhaps, if I can contribute as well, is how do we learn and also from other municipalities, particularly those that are neighboring us. Flood-related disasters are often transboundary in nature. So activating the resources and experiences of other mayors and cities that are adjacent to us can often be a source of welcome relief as well. So maybe just adding some other perspectives there as well, Dr. Benadia. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. I think that's a very good input, Tam. Thank you so much. And especially related to transboundary, because in certain countries, there is no certain policies or rules how local governments and their neighborhood can collaborate together, especially if they have multi-connected, how to say, connected rivers that cross several municipalities. In Japan, we have very clear policies related to that. And this is also what UCLG ASPAC is doing now. And we initiated what we call it the dialogues among local governments in the Mekong corridor. This is a new initiative that we have in order for local governments to interact, especially along this Mekong corridor. But thank you so much for your input. I think everyone I saw nodding here. That means they agree on this. Any more, Mayor? We have only 1 minute. Okay, last 1 minute. Okay, Mayor Turbat.
Yeah, I just want to add one.
Yeah.
I just want to add one more thing. it can help us if we mayor can not within the country, we can visit or host another city to see their experiment or their experiences.
Yes.
We can visit another country, like if I go to Kageshwari, so I can see their efforts and their works on such kind of thing. And if he comes to Turbat and see my works, so it will also give us such exposure and experiences.
Yes.
So we need to collaborate such kind of
Yes,
events
yes,
as well.
yes, yes. So collaborate among the countries and collaborate within the countries. Great. We have to leave the breakout room. Thank you once again.